The fire for now seems to be contained, although we are still left with the remnants of the fire. Shards of broken glass all over the ground. At Stop the Bleed, students are able to learn different techniques and work with different props to learn how to pack wounds and apply tourniquets to save somebody's life. The puddles that you've been actively trying to avoid, such as this one right here, is just the start of what's to come. U.S. defense officials say the Chinese spy balloon was shot down by a U.S. fighter jet off the coast of South Carolina. New Ground Jiu-Jitsu is open from Sunday to Monday with available classes for all levels. Reporting from Van Nuys, I'm Maximus Osburn. LA firefighters battling a blaze at a Los Angeles County building on the 2600 block of South Grand Avenue in historic South Central. Authorities say it started at around 4 a.m. Wednesday in the 6th floor. The flames were so intense it took 160 firefighters an hour to put them out. The fire for now seems to be contained, although we are still left with the remnants of the fire. Shards of broken glass all over the ground, currently being picked up after. Firefighters are also investigating what caused the fire. While the flames were extinguished, firefighters had to make sure toxic fumes were no longer present. LAFD Battalion Chief Melford Beard was one of the hundreds who responded to the scene.
Now, right now, what we're using is our Typhoon ventilation equipment to go ahead and ventilate the 6th floor because of the fumes. We want to make sure we blow out all the smoke out there.
The building held offices for several agencies like the LA Department of Social Services and Public Health. No workers were injured and the fire did not interrupt the services. James Bolden is a public information officer for the county's social services.
We are still open for services. There is a building right next door at 2707 that's providing the same services. We want the public to know we're open.
While the investigation continues, LAFD's chief says that the response is what prevented the fire from engulfing the rest of the building.
Through their dedication and hard work, they put the fire out.
Reporting from Los Angeles for Valley View News, I'm Maximus Osburn. Jiu-Jitsu is sometimes referred to as the gentle art, and here at New Ground Jiu-Jitsu in Van Nuys, the team knows just how to ease beginners, but also cater to those looking to ramp up the intensity. Michael Wong is one of the newer coaches at New Ground Jiu-Jitsu.
We integrate a lot of the wrestling and self-defense, especially in the beginner classes, into the actual class itself. As you go along higher in the advanced levels of jiu-jitsu, you focus more on the sport aspect.
I go out, so then Josh will be on bottom.
Jiu-Jitsu is a system of grappling with emphasis on activity from the back. The aim is to utilize techniques to catch your opponent into a submission. From there, Jiu-Jitsu practitioners say it's tap, nap, or snap. For many, it becomes a lifestyle. Pablo Humilidad has been training at New Ground for several months.
I mean, it's a friendly environment. I mean, if you come with the right mind and wanting to learn, this is the spot. That's what I recommend everybody to come try it out.
There are many who train Jiu-Jitsu that end up falling in love with the art. Many say they gain more than techniques, such as confidence, respect, and stress relief. Joshua Lee Kassan is a New Ground student and aspiring professional mixed martial artist.
Go for it. This is your space to do that, okay? But I would say most definitely the stress that you have through the day, put it into your emotions, put it into your technique, you know what I'm saying? And it really is, it's a beautiful thing.
New Ground Jiu-Jitsu is open from Sunday to Monday with available classes for all levels. Reporting from Van Nuys, I'm Maximus Osburn.
This is Iceman's shorts from...
When people think of martial arts, they tend to think of action and violence. And while those are present, martial arts is also culturally and philosophically rooted. The education and preservation of martial arts is one of the main goals of the Martial Arts History Museum in Burbank. Michael Matsuda is the president of the museum.
The mission, I would say, of this museum is to demonstrate Asian art, culture, history, music, and how it connects with the martial arts.
The museum has multiple displays that inform visitors about prominent details. It also aims to create more awareness about the Asian community. Alexandra Tejada is an Asian American visitor who got to experience the museum for the first time.
I really loved hearing how they put on events, especially for like the Stop Asian Hate, and then little seminars on like women's empowerment. There's so much more history and so much more involved in it.
For someone looking for better employment, like free photography.
The museum teaches more than how people fought and what weapons were used. It talks about who those people were, shedding light on lesser-known histories. Jared Adriano was another visitor.
In general, Philippines tends to be underrepresented for a lot of areas, and so seeing it, represented through martial arts, I found it to be wonderfully fantastic.
The Martial Arts History Museum is open Thursday to Sunday, 11 to 6. Reporting from Burbank, I'm Maximus Osburn. China has now accused the U.S. of indiscriminate use of force in shooting down the suspected spy balloon, saying it seriously impacted and damaged both sides' efforts and progress in stabilizing Sino-U.S. relations. China's Vice Foreign Minister Xie Feng issued a complaint with the U.S. Embassy on a claim that the U.S. issued an attack on a Chinese civilian unmanned airship by military force.